Welcome back to Mixing with Depth with CLA and Waves. Well, in this episode, we're actually going to open up the song and show you how I use my effects in the song. But remember, we're going to open the same song later in the DAW, and I'm going to show you how I do it all inside the box. All right, let's show how these effects actually work in the real world. So you've already seen my palette right here of reverbs, delays. I'm going to show how we can shade and create this dimension with reverb and delay. I have a song up by an artist named Bald Man, and the song is called 2020 Vision. This is something I produced, engineered, put together myself, so you know it's going to be a complete disaster. I'm going to start with a vocal, so let's play a little automation right here. My faders don't move, but it sure sounds good. And you know me, it's always a rock song.
Sight to overcome all the things we could not see. Raise your hands, take a stand for all humanity. It's 2020 vision. Yeah. It's 2020 vision. Yeah. It's 2020 vision, we can all see the vision.
Right? Back to dry.
2020 vision, precision, more clarity in sight.
Right? Dry, delay.
More clearly wrong and right. No more blind, it's 2020 vision. Be more kind, it's 2020 vision. Screw the divide, see the color prism. Reside in a world where peace and love abides. Now I was thinking, am I wrong or...
So what you're seeing and what you're hearing is reverb on the delays. So we have that going, right?
To overcome all the things
we add the flavor of the slap.
Raise your hands, take a stand.
And then the widener.
It's 2020 vision. Yeah.
And you have your throat.
It's 2020 vision. Yeah.
People always say to me, wow, your mixes just feel like they're so put together that every piece, nothing pops out, nothing feels wrong. Well, a lot of what can make great mixes is how you treat your effects and how you have this backdrop of ambience. So you look at this is like the ultimate ambience with delays, with slap, with reverb. And in order to glue the ambience together, you have to have the ambience talk to each other. And that's what this whole process about building depth does. So depth really comes from, I hear something in my head and said, how can I get it there, okay? Because to me, a lot of effects are very squared off sounding and really rigid and kind of odd shaped. So reverb can round off these hard ends and kind of smooth it out and make it actually do what it's supposed to do, okay? Because if you go into a giant warehouse or a concert hall, or you go out into a big open area where there's actual echo, the echo's rounded off by the reverb. It's rounded off by the natural soundscape. It's not as deliberate as literally a tape slap is literally a bucket brigade that makes something happen later. And it doesn't add anything to it. You have to do the adding. So what you hear in this audio representation of it, if you're looking at both edits here, is you're hearing the differences of vocal, delay, okay? The delay is sending to reverbs. So here's your reverb returns for the drums. That's on it, that's a short reverb. Then your vocal reverb's right here, okay? So it's sending to the vocal reverb and the delay sending to the vocal reverb. So they're marrying more, okay? Now this is a sound I'm just so used to, hearing all this. So let me go to like one more chorus here.
Reside in a world where peace and love abide. Now I was thinking, am I wrong or am I right?
So here's just a reverb. So no reverb on the vocal, it's in the delay.
To overcome all the things we could not see. Raise your hands, take a stand for all humanity. Now we must practice what we came to preach. Educate our children, it's all within our reach. Learn from the history, the struggle and strife. Raise your hands, take a stand, and put away the knife. It's 2020 vision. Yeah!
So to me, what happens with this is this creates a dimension of not just having vocals, delay, or vocals with reverb. You're going further past that by putting the delays through the reverb to extend it, to make it kind of vanish so it's not so obvious that the delay is regenerating, okay? So we'll try it again here, look. We'll try it with the long delay.
Now I was thinking, am I wrong or am I right? What can I do for the blind to help them find their sight?
See, the delay becomes really obvious when there's nothing else on it, right?
See, raise your hands, take a stand for all humanity.
Now add reverbs.
Now we must practice what we came to preach. Educate our children, it's all within our reach. Learn from the history, the struggle and the strife. Raise your hands, take a stand, and put away the knife. It's 2020 vision. Yeah!
So what happens with the repeats is that they kind of sink into some reverb and are not as so chopped up as obvious. So the first chorus, it was without the reverb tails. The second chorus had the reverb additive on top of it. Now, this is something like, well, wow, Chris, that's really subtle. I'm not gonna really notice that. Well, when you build up a whole record like that with vocals, you see that, okay? So as we're continuing here, let's pull that back, okay? Let's pull the vocals back. Let's clear the board, all right? I'm gonna back out of the picture a little bit. I'm gonna play some drums. I'm gonna show you what's going on there, right? Now, a lot of you work on drums or drum mixing, and you have one reverb. Flavor number one. Flavor number two. Flavor number three. Flavor number four. Okay? Why only have one? So not only do I have vanilla, okay, I have chocolate, I have strawberry, and I also have raspberry. So to me, the whole combining of this, so my first drum reverb is this, then adding this one also, then I can add this one, so turn them all on, all off. You can't get that out of one reverb, okay? I can also use my vocal spreader slap on it, the Ursa Space Station, which gives me a little bit of an early reflection thing, right? So the big thing of making dimension, okay, there's your dry drums. So it's easy to put a plug in and get this, right? Then you have to duplicate it all to do this. And then duplicate it all to do this. And duplicate it all to do this again. So I can work on my mix and I can feather the balance between the reverbs. Let's see which one I like better for this. And then I can have, maybe turn a couple up for the fill. But you hear that each one has a different character, right? That's crazy, that one's like an oil can, right? So 4 is always better than 1, and I'm used to 4 or more. Because each one's reacting differently. So what that showed you right there is drums. It's like, okay, great. I would love to be able to do that, to be able to have, I can send to my drums and then boom, I can have a couple of combinations because look, these are all different frequency curves, all different algorithms, all different flavors, okay? It sure makes a bigger difference in the bigger picture. So imagine that your landscape now has more dimension to it than just the one-dimensional thing one reverb does, right? So we try this with a guitar, for example, right? So we can go to like the solo. Try. So we could combine the palette of dimension. All right, look, nothing. You go, well, Chris, you're listening to it in solo, but it's a solo in solo. But I'm showing you that this combination of palettes really makes it go dimensional, makes it go a lot farther. And it becomes like a more of a landscape for me, rather than just saying, okay, let me put a delay plugin on the guitar, and that's it. Well, that's boring, okay? The whole thing is like, how far can we take the music and what can we do with all the flavors we have, right? So by having that blending, it creates a whole different soundscape and magic coming out of the mix. All right, we'll show you the effects in the mix here. I'm playing an automated mix and I'm rewriting it to show you the drama involved in going from 2 dimensions to 3 dimensions.
Listen up now. It's 2020 vision, can we
Pull the effects out.
all man loves humanity.
It goes to like,
Mind, give your hand
I don't even want to listen to it like that.
for all no
Get the drums back again.
sprite. No more blind, it's 2020 vision. Be more kind, it's 2020 vision. Screw the divide, see the color prism. Reside in a world where peace and love abide.
Now I was thinking,
Now, I'm being extreme by maxing the faders out, right? But I'm just showing you that
can I do for the blind?
this color
Find their sight
that you create
to open
with the reverbs, delays, and how they tie together,
see. Raise your hands, take a stand for all humanity. Now we must practice what we came to preach. Educate our children, it's all within our reach. Learn from the history, the struggle and the strife. Raise your hands, take a stand, and put away the knife.
It's 2020 vision.
pull this out. Wow, the whole song went away.
20 vision. It's 2020 vision. It's 2020 vision. It's 2020.
So playing a mix, pulling it apart, adding the effects, going back and forth and showing you what it does is showing you this layer that creates landscape. When I pull the effects out and make it really plain, it sounds like you're in a parking lot with no view. When I stretch it out, all of a sudden you're looking at the Wild West. I feel that it glues it all together. This is how to paint the ultimate picture of a mix with depth. So now that you've seen what I can do on my console, with my outboard gear, with all the effects, let's move into the box. It's gonna be epic.
It's 2020 vision, we can all see division. Shedding all our glasses, getting 2020 vision. Precision, more clarity and sight. People come together, see more clearly wrong and right. No more blind, it's 2020 vision. Be more kind.